There's a road in northern England that doesn't appear on GPS after midnight. Locals call it Whistling Road. Not because of the wind, because it answers. The first warning. I heard about the road in 2018 while documenting unexplained rural incidents. Every report mentioned the same thing. Drivers hearing whistling behind them. No passengers present. Cars stopping on their own. Mirrors reflecting someone who wasn't there. One sentence was underlined in every file. Never whistle back. Driving after dark. The road looked normal at first. Single lane. Hedgerows on both sides. No streetlights. At 11:58 p.m., my GPS flickered. At 12:01 a.m., it vanished. And that's when I heard it. A soft whistle. Perfectly in tune. Coming from the back seat. Checking the mirror. I checked the rear-view mirror. Nothing. Then the whistling changed. It copied me. Because I had hummed. Just once. The first sign. The temperature dropped suddenly. The windows fogged from the inside. On the glass, a line slowly appeared, traced by something unseen. You heard US first. My hands tightened on the wheel. The car slowed, without me touching the brakes. The shape on the road. Headlights caught something ahead. A tall figure standing in the middle of the road. Not moving, not reflecting light. Whistling, waiting. The figure in the road didn't move. The car did, on its own, rolling forward slowly, like it was being pulled by something I couldn't see. The passenger seat was warm. The whistling stopped the moment the car passed through the figure. No impact, no sound, just cold air flooding the cabin. Then I felt it. The passenger seat was warm. Recently used. I was alone. I told myself I was. The second rule. A memory came back to me. Something a local had said earlier that day. If the road invites someone in, don't acknowledge the wait. I hadn't understood it then. Now I did. The car dipped slightly to the left, like someone had sat down. The mirror lie. I glanced at the side mirror. A shape appeared. Not solid. Like a reflection struggling to exist. It smiled, and the whistling began again. Closer, right beside my ear. What the road collects. The files never said ghost. They used another word. Echoes. People who responded. People who followed the sound. Drivers who rolled down their windows. Passengers who whistled back. The road didn't kill them. It kept them moving. The name it knew. The voice changed. It wasn't whistling anymore. It spoke. Soft. Familiar. Slow down. You're nearly home. It used my name. I never told anyone my name. The road curves inward. The hedgerows bent toward the car. The road narrowed impossibly. My headlights barely reached 10 feet ahead. The speedometer hit 0. But the trees were still moving past me. The fog thickened instantly. I could barely see the hedgerows. The headlights reflected nothing but gray mist. And then I saw them. Faces. The faces in the fog. Hundreds of faces floating at head height in the fog. Eyes wide. Mouths open in silent whistling. They moved with the car, as if following it. None of them were alive. Yet all of them were watching me. The road speaks. A whisper joined the whistling. Soft. Insistent. You hear us, you belong now. I tried to shout. No sound came out. The seat beside me shivered. The whistling grew louder. The third rule. The old files mentioned 3 rules. Never whistle back. Never roll down the window. Never look too long. I had broken all 3. The road had claimed attention. Now it was claiming me. The passenger appears. I looked to the passenger seat. A translucent figure was sitting there. A man in a worn coat, features blurred, eyes glowing faintly. He raised a hand, whistled perfectly in tune with the road. Then his mouth moved. We wait for those who answer. The car doesn't move. I tried the brakes. The car was frozen. No gear worked. The steering wheel felt like stone. It was the road now. It decided where I went. The 8th ring faded slowly. The sound didn't stop. It stretched, like a breath held too long. The bell that wore a face. The hollow man stepped forward. His skin rippled. A face pushed out from his chest, screaming silently. Then another, and another. Each face rang a different tone. This was the bell. Not metal. People. Why the bells exist. The journal burned as I touched it. Words seared into my thoughts instead. The bells bind the dead voices. Without them, the moor would sing forever. Grey Hollow wasn't cursed. It was a seal, and the seal required replacements. The ninth ring begins. The tower shook violently. Villagers outside fell to their knees, hands over ears. The old woman screamed, "Don't let it finish." The hollow man reached for me. My chest burned. I could feel space opening inside me. Breaking the count. I remembered her warning. Do not count. So I did the only thing left. I screamed. Loud. Offbeat. Human. The ringing faltered. The tower cracked. The bell cracks. A sound like breaking glass filled the air. Faces peeled away from the hollow man, dissolving into fog. The ninth ring stalled, half-formed. The tower leaned, and outside, the village began to move again. The fog lifted slowly. The road looked normal again. Just a quiet, empty countryside lane. But I knew better. The final whistle. I stepped out of the car. The night air was cold, but still. Then I heard it. Soft, distant, and unmistakable. A whistle, matching the tone I had hummed earlier. It came from behind me. The road chooses. I turned. Nothing. The hedgerows swayed. The empty air felt alive. I understood. Whistling Road doesn't disappear. It waits. For anyone who dares to respond to the sound. The warning left behind. In the dirt at the edge of the road, a faint mark appeared. A simple pattern. A whistle-shaped symbol. I didn't touch it. I didn't dare. Life after Whistling Road. I drove away. The road never returned to GPS. The files say, those who answer become part of it. Those who ignore it survive. I survived. Barely. The lesson. Some roads in England are alive. They listen. They wait. And if you ever hear a whistle at night on a lonely lane, do not answer. Do not follow. Because some sounds don't just haunt. They choose their passengers.